Welcome to part two. For me, it's in one go, but this is part two. In the last part, if you hadn't seen it, we just finished the stagger animation from behind. So we have stagger forward. So this is when you get hit from the front and you stagger backwards. I already added this into the game earlier today, and then I realized, oh yeah, that's right. When you get hit from behind, you need to do a staggering where you kind of fall forward. So someone punched from behind, causing you to lose balance. So yeah, and then I just finished that animation in the last one. You guys could see it took a little over an hour, or right around an hour, to do for this animation. Boom, and now we're gonna program this into the game because this is just an animation. Now we gotta program this into the game. That's what we're doing. We know, well, we still will need this, but not right now. Not side by side. All right, animations in the game. Now we're going to the program side of things. So I'm gonna apply root movement. Until frame 36, I believe. Yeah, frame 36 is when that forward movement will stop. And then frame 43 is the last primary keyframe. And then in here, from frame 43, how many frames does it take to get back to your stance? 10. So it's about 10 frames, so that'll be a 10 frame stance. That's a quick fade. All right, perfect. All right, so let's go into the program side of things. So this is just the reverse of the staggers. So stagger's already in under hit. So stagger, what we'll do is we'll add in a reverse. How do I do reversals? Let's see. I'm gonna just reference another move. If airborne. Oh yeah. So if is backwards. That's how I do it. So if is backwards. All right, so this is the code for the staggering. Okay, how much of this do I want to carry over? I don't think any of it. So let's just start over. All of this will be the same except for this part. I guess this is fine. I just delete that. Don't need to turn around. All right, this part will go into its own category. If is backwards, we're gonna run this code, which is the new code, and then else we will be forward facing. All right, so this is the forward facing code, which I already did earlier today. I'm gonna copy and paste this bit. Okay. So what we need to do, I think I go forward with this, and we'll put that at 3, so we're not. And then all right. We're going to start moving on frame 4 and stop moving on frame 36. And then we're going to crossfade into our stance from frame 43. A quick fade is 10 frames, by the way. A regular fade is 20 frames, and a long fade is 30 frames. So quick fade is 10, so from frame 43, I believe. Yeah, 43 to 53 be that fade. And then I usually will let you allow to move somewhere in between there. The last move is 50 frames, but obviously I'll put it at 48. 40 on frame 48, you can start back moving, so right in the middle. Yeah, frame 48, 2 frames quicker than if you're forward facing. Animation will be stagger back. So this is the, so basically the way it's structured, these are the movement variables. HVA is the horizontal variable, so, and I have a commented speed of how, quick you're moving. Then I'm gonna run that. We're gonna start moving at a speed of 6, which is, yeah, long story, you'll see in shortly. And then we're gonna change that variable to a speed of 3, so a little bit slower, and then we're going to that change is gonna invoke on frame 4. So basically after the start frames, which actually needs to be frame 3. And then we're going to stop moving altogether on frame 36, which is when the animation takes over from there. We're going to enable our player to start moving again after 48 frames, and then at frame 43 is when we're going to start. Phasing out whatever animation they're on now into their stance. So we're just going to start that a little bit before the movement, so that transition can start. And then this is the actual animation name, which it's Stagger, and then this is the back turn variant. And that actually needs to fade in within 3 frames. I'll do 4, because why not? So this is what segues in. So whatever we're doing when we get hit, this is what fades. So over the course of the next 4 frames, we're going to pivot from whatever pose we're in into the new pose, which starts on frame 3, but I'll just blend a little bit further. 3 frames is a very sharp blend. I like to blend it with 1 extra frame. This will be really close, but just 1 extra frame. All right, perfect. There are sound effects for when his feet hit the ground, so I need to do that. So he lands on frame 29, and the next foot is on frame 43. 29 and 43. Perfect. And that'll just cause a little pat on the ground for his feet. All right. Let's do this. Save. All right. Let the bug testing begin. So the animation's done. The coding part's done. Like I said, the coding part is the easiest part. Like that. That's it. I mean, it's not it. We'll still have to bug test, but in terms of getting the move in, the move's now in. It's now programmed. It's now coded. It's done. And now we just tweak it so that it lines up and works properly. Obviously, the animation's the hottest part. That took an hour. So actually animating is the time-consuming part. Programming is relatively easy because I already have the base photo move is in there. A lot of it's just copy-paste and then you tweak it to work with the animation. Gotta wait on every time you save the code, the game's gotta Unity's gotta reload everything to make sure everything's connected, so that the game runs smoothly. So it does this every single time you save. So yeah, it takes usually between 10 to 30 seconds. I don't need any of this anymore. I'm just gonna reset this is my animations scene. So I usually come in here, it's bright lit, has a platform, just so I can have a point of reference for animations, but we don't need that anymore. We're just gonna go to the title. Okay. Let's try this out. There are only 2 moves in the game so far that use Stagger State, which is Naruto's Kunai and Sakura's Up B. Do. Okay. It's the editor is so slow. It's so much slower than the real game, and there's so many more bugs in the editors. But I don't have time to build a new game every time I want to record a video. All right. So that's regular Stagger State. I added this earlier today. So now, if I do it from behind, it should do the new move. Okay. That was it. That's it. It's moving a bit fast, but so I need to shrink, lower how fast the attack's going. But that's it, which is good. So that means there's no bugs. It's just a matter of because you know I could do it and it could do something completely different. It could turn the character around. It could do anything. But let me check the sound effects for the feet to make sure they're good. Yep, feet sound effects are spot on with the feet hitting the ground. Alright, so now I like to do a frame by frame just to see how quick the stage is moving in reference to his feet. Alright. So for the frame by frame, all I gotta do is pause. Ignore the top area. Alright. So, just look at the feet and how they are referencing in terms of how the model is moving. Okay, so the startup was a bit fast. I need to do the startup from 6 frames to 5. Speed of 5. And then... Ooh, the feet are lined pretty well. And then they start to slide towards the middle. A lot. And then the motion stops 1 frame later. So I need to stop the motion a little bit earlier. Okay, so slow it down. Oops, did not mean to open Blender. So first thing, oops, did not mean to open that. Drop this to 5, and let's try a speed of 2.25, which is actually the same speed as the other move, just as a point of reference, and I need to stop it on frame 35 instead of frame 36. Let's see how this runs us. Woo! This is the testing side. Fortunately, there are no bugs. Bugs could be anything. Sorry, I did not mean to yawn on full camera. Bugs can be frustrating because with bugs, you never know what's causing the bug. You just gotta like, I don't know. With bugs, yeah, it's annoying because you don't know what's causing it. Then you have to go through the code, go through the animation, see what's wrong. But this one has no bugs. It's just a matter of tweaking the speed variables to line up with the animation motion. So let's try all of that again. I'm not going to do team yet until I get the motions right. Then I'll test it with Sakura and make sure hers works too. This will take a few tries. It took me about 5 or 6 tries on the last the move earlier. 5, 6, maybe 7 attempts before I got the speed just right. Obviously, this will have a little bit more of a point of reference. Oops. Oh, that looks much better. Oh, it looks so much better. Okay, now let's do frame by frame. Okay. Let's see. Yep, the startup's much better. Feet so far doing great. Oh, lovely. Perfect. Got it on the second try. I love it. It's not perfect, pixel perfect. It's something you will never see at high speed. Like, did you see the feet move? No. Love it. Oh, it's so great. And now let's try with Sakura. Yay! This is just gonna be short if this is it. Excuse me, I mean snort. Alright. Final test. So that's stagger from the front. Which she can of course do that. You also can't do stagger twice in a row. Sorry, it's really hard to do because she comes out of it. Well, I can't replicate it. Basically, if you do it twice, like if you get hit with a staggering move, her move's a bit slow. So slower moves doesn't matter, but if you have a attack that's very quick, that causes stagger state. If you were to stack 2 staggers, it won't work because then you can get an infinite stun. So if someone's in the stagger animation and they get hit with another attack that staggers or stuns, it'll cause them to just get hit into the air. That's to prevent you from getting infinite stuns. So yeah, that is already programmed into the game. I just can't do it because there are no moves in the game currently that let me do stagger twice consecutively, because that's a very rare situation anyway, but if it happens, you can't do it. Like if I could combo cancel this, then I'd be able to show you. And that's the thing, there will be some moves that come, yeah. Anyway, I need to check him behind. Oh, it's a collision bug. I'm like, that should absolutely be connecting. You see how these moves are missing? So if you load code too many times in the editor, the collision actually breaks. And it's so annoying when it happens because it means I can't test things normally. Like, look how she's sliding. You should not be sliding like that. It's almost like the floor is glass. It causes attacks to just not work correctly. That's why I was like, hold on. This should definitely be working. Let me turn on the hitboxes just to be extra double quadruple safe. The only fix is I gotta restart the whole Unity, which takes a while. Yeah. I also couldn't tweak the animation because I do see how that could work. For low, yeah. What I'll do is I could still test this on a character that stands. It may work on Naruto. Let me try Naruto. Sasuke's kind of hunched forward. Or actually, I'll do 2 Sakuras. I'll do one of these characters because they stand. I don't want to restart the editor. It's going to take so long at first. Not so super long, but like it's going to take like 2 minutes just to restart the editor, start everything up to fix the bad collision. It's just a glitch in Unity's editor. If you save code too many times and it loads too many times in a row, this will happen. But yeah. I don't think she should, like, that kick should land. Here's what I'll do. I'm going to tweak a variable really quickly, and let's see if this helps. It's actually something I changed earlier today. Guys, this is all, I know I'm just talking and rambling at this point, it seems, but this is what it takes to get this game running as smoothly as it does. It's testing and being like, that doesn't feel as good as it should, but why doesn't it feel as good as it should? That is high kick. This, I added earlier. Continuous basically means when you touch an opponent while in motion, sometimes you want... excuse me. Sometimes you want the motion to continue despite you touching. Other times that may cause continuity issues, so you may want the motion to stop when you touch the opponent for better juggling. That move, I originally had that move is a continuous move, so that means no matter, even if you're touching, you're going to keep moving forward, which it was causing Sakura to be awkwardly close when she was with the new stagger animation, so I told her to stop moving, which looks fine in the front, but now it's causing her rear move to not go through, to not connect when she does up BB. So I'm going to see if that changes. And obviously the collision is making it worse too. They're going more forward than they normally would. So no, that's a factor, but I'm just going to compare it really quickly to how it was literally before I added stagger state with continuous on. So let me try with continuous enabled to see if that makes this move feel better.
Begin.
Oh my gosh. Load.
Begin.
All right. Okay, yeah, like, you just see how close she is? Like, her legs phasing? That's why I turned continuous off, so that way, as soon as she touches, she'll stop moving to keep her from continuously going. Because the hitboxes get slightly smaller when you're attacking, causing this, and then they correct themselves once you land. That's why when she kicks, as soon as she lands, they kind of separate. But this should, let me see how it looks from behind. It causes the behind attack to connect. So I'll leave it in there for now. I'll let continuous stay. I'll test it again once I reset the editor off camera to see if maybe with working collision, if it will connect. But yeah, definitely continuous on will make sure it connects from behind. It just makes the forward look a little bit more awkward. I would much rather have forward look awkward and rear work than to have forward look fine visually and then rear not work at all, because that's then getting into mechanics, not visuals. So yeah, that's fine. I'll leave continuous like it was before, and like it is for everyone. Continuous will stay on. She'll continue to move forward even though she's touching, and that will ensure that she has enough space. She's closer when she lands, so she can land the kick on the rear. Cool. Anyway, stagger state's now in. Yeah, anyway, stagger state's in. Forward and back. Yay! thanks guys for watching. Oh my gosh, ugh, so exhausting. But new move, or new hit stun is in, and yeah, great. That wasn't on the original list that I sent of things that I needed to do, but it is something that I knew I needed to do, so I added it to my list this morning. Like, actually, I'm gonna do that next before I continue with movesets, because I've been using a stun effect as its placeholder, because Stagger State is in these moves. I've been using a different move completely for it as a placeholder, so like, before I start getting these moves done, I need to go ahead and add in Stagger State. Stagger State is the last core motion from the original games, fortunately. So now I can add in any moves and have Stagger State available, and we should be good to go there. So let me go ahead and delete that from my list. Stagger State is done. I rearranged a few things. The very next thing on my list now, moving forward, is all movesets, Season 1 movesets. So unless I come up with something fun I want to do to distract me if I get bored, because you see how time-consuming this stuff is. It gets repetitive and boring so quick, and you just want to do something that progresses the game faster, like a new costume or a new character that has instant yay. Like this, I mean, literally, these are the only moves that have Stagger State in there. So I spent an entire day on animations for something that 2 moves use. It's annoying. It's boring. It's repetitive. Anyway, that's the game so far. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day / night / morning, whatever day it is where you are. Cheers.